look around, you see what's been missing for you to do. And let go of that pain that's stopping you from connecting to everything in you. Yo, check it, yo. I was just thinking about this, right? Proverbs 26:2. I had to look it up to see which proverb it was, but it says, like a fleeting sparrow, like a flying swallow, so a curse without a cause shall not come to light. A lot of us make ourselves worthy of curses sticking to us because of the actions we take, the thoughts we entertain, and the feelings that we embody on a daily. Therefore, if you mind yourself well, no curses from other people will ever come to light. This saying, like a curse without a cause shall not alight, is similar to the law of attraction, or as you think, so you are. You know what I'm saying? Because curses can only come to light if you make yourself worthy of them. Like if you kill somebody's loved one in the heat of passion, then the curses of that person's loved one, they will come upon you. You know what I'm saying? They might not manifest as those individuals desire them to, but they're going to manifest in one way or another. Financial, relationship, your health, your mindset, your mentals. So we make ourselves worthy of blessings and of cursings by the actions we take, the thoughts we entertain, the words that we speak, and the feelings that we daily, give life to through us. So a curse without a cause shall not come to light. There's another piece of wisdom in another chapter where it's like, a thief that steals to satisfy his hunger. Nothing really wrong there. But if you are caught, or when you are caught, you will have to pay 7 times what you stole. You get what I'm saying? And so it is with a man that sleeps with another man's wife. You get what I'm saying? You might not have to pay anything right then and there, but any curses that come out from the lips of that man towards you, you will reap them and you will earn them. Especially if you went and slept with another man's wife, knowing that that woman had a man. You know what I'm saying? If you do it unknowingly, then, the curses might not stick to you as well because you were unaware. You know what I'm saying? You were likely deceived. And if you were the type of individual that wouldn't entertain it, then it's different. Yo. Never mind. We make ourselves worthy of curses by being a cursed individual. I've become very mindful. Even when I'm driving, somebody cuts me off, I collect myself before I start going into a cursing frenzy. Because at the end of the day, I'm just as foolish as the next. I'm guilty of making mistakes on the road and in life in general. So whenever I'm, screwed over by other individuals, I'm like, that's my fault. I allowed that. You know what I'm saying? My foolishness, my gullibleness, my willingness to trust in others, that allowed it. So it's just a lesson to be learned, nothing to be taken personal. It's not nothing. You never take too many things personal in life so you can continue to grow, because it ain't personal. It's just business. It's life. It's the business of life, trying to teach you whatever lessons you need to learn. So if you want to be blessed, be blessed. We see people in life that they have knowledge, and at times they appear as though they have understanding. And then we're like, yo, but if so-and-so has knows so much, why is he always, such and such? And it's because, the flesh. You know what I'm saying? This flesh is both the temple of the Most High, but also the prison of the Most Low. You get what I'm saying? So we can either, submit ourselves to something greater than ourselves, or we'll fall short and we'll become slaves of something that is beneath us, and that will, cause us to attract to our life undesirable circumstances. For us men, we go through many stages in life, and most don't really truly mature well into their 40s. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when they start realizing, like, oh shit, the way that I've been living over the last 15, 20 years isn't really it. You know, the way I've been living hasn't been getting me what I want. So something needs to change. And right around 40, you know, that midlife crisis, that's really what's going on. It's like dude hasn't been living for the Most High. He's been living for himself, or he's been living for somebody else. You get what I'm saying? He's been doing things to please others or to just please himself at the expense of others, right? You know, for me, I thought I wasn't gonna have the willpower. Like, this was my mindset. I'm like, yo, I probably won't have the willpower, the self-discipline to stop smoking weed till I'm like 40 or 50. This was 4 years ago. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I probably won't have the self-discipline and the willpower to stop, you know, indulging in porn and busting. And this was, you know, years ago. And thank God, right? I'm more disciplined today. I haven't smoked in a minute. You know, I haven't been indulging in porn like I used to, and I haven't. And I feel change is coming. You know, I feel like change is here, is now, because I made a decision about 9 or 10 days ago that, you know, is gonna change my whole mental and internal energy. And I think that's the shift that I've been feeling over the last few days. I made a decision, and I still feel uncertain about it because I don't know if I have the willpower. And at the same time, it's like, nigga, you've been, you know, away from something that really had a hold on you almost 4 years, going on 4 years. You've been training nonstop for over 200 plus days, and you haven't been doing like minimal. You've been doing your best. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not every day, but most often than not. And it's like, bro, come on, you've been consistent over these last 10 years. What makes you think you're not going to be able to be consistent with this other thing that you've placed upon yourself to do? And so, you know, growing up without reassurance and validation, you kind of have to learn to parent yourself, and that's where we're at now. You know, as a man in your 30s, man, you've 30s, you know, going on, you've lived enough life and you've had enough circumstances, whether favorable or unfavorable, to come to the reasonable deduction. If you theorize and you go about, you know, studying your life, you know, impartially, you'll come up with a reasonable deduction that, yo, okay, this doesn't work, this hasn't been working, so these things need to change. These things are wrong, these things are right, because these things that are wrong make me feel some type of way and cause me to do some things to other people that don't feel good. And these things that are right, though they make me feel sometime as though I don't want to feel, they do allow me to, in the long run, help me feel and think more proactively and positively, and you know, just about myself and the world. You know, for both gender, life presents us with levels of development in different ways. You know, for young ladies, they have their, you know, their ovaries, they period, you know what I'm saying? They become, you know, reproductively mature at a younger age. You know, everything is kind of like staged up based on their biology. For us, it's like we already come, boom, right? And then we go through puberty, and then everything else is just happening, right? And so we only get our development based on things not going our way, and we dealing with traumas or hardships and things like that if we do not get stuck and take whatever happens to us too personal, then we can, you know, we can mature. And, you know, 15 through 25, those are like grinding years. We should be investing so that in our 30s, so that as we move into our 30s and 35s, well into our 40, we have kind of set down order, structure that functions as a foundation for the kind of life and lifestyle that we're going to live in the long run. If you do not have a father to help you establish those things, and if you don't have a mindful and intelligent mother to realize that she can't do that for you, she needs to find avenues that allow you to create that for yourself, then you're pretty much fucked until you fucking realize that at 25 or damn near 30, that like, oh, how I had things all planned out, or how I thought things work in my head, it worked in the world, is all actually the opposite of what it is. You know, that's like, for example, why Paul in the Bible, he had to realize that, like, yo, the things that I once loved, I now hate, and the things I once hated, I now love, is because you start to realize things. So, if you're doing the work, fam, just be patient yet persistent. Most people don't achieve financial freedom well into their 40s and 50s, not just here in the West, but all over the world. And most praiseworthy creation from the majority, you have those unique cases that in their 20s and early 30s or even teens, they're producing magnificent orchestras. But most people is well into their 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? Our lifespan was cut in half. The biological design of these bodies is 120 to 150. Most people only live to 70. So 40 is still childlike. You know what I'm saying? You're still a child. If you were supposed to live to like 150, right? Then 40 is not even half. It's almost a quarter, right, of your actual lifespan. So be patient, do your work. If not, you'll be like these creeps that in their 40s and 50s, they're still trying to fuck. Do the work, gentlemen. Do the work, gentlemen. So that, as you continue to age, you don't become a something that can't even be allowed around children. Because it happens to mostly to men, but it also happens to women, right? We are seeing, teachers indulging in intimate activities with 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, right? In high school, in grammar school. And the same thing is for us. You know what I'm saying? Pedos don't just exist in the male, they exist in the females as well. And that's a consequence of not doing the internal work that each of us is responsible with doing. You know what I'm saying? Sexualizing children, that shit ain't it. And that happens when you're not doing your internal works. You get what I'm saying? 18, 19, 20. For me, I think the best age is between, kind of having this conversation yesterday with my sister, how, men, she was like, yo, why is it that men, da-da-da? I'm like, yo, sis, men don't mature into well into their 40s. And that's if they're doing the work. If they're not doing the work, they never mature at all. They'll just disconnect. They'll self-delete. You know what I'm saying? Take themselves out because they can't deal with what's becoming of them. Like, we take things personal differently. You women, you become, biologically, sexually ready to reproduce at 16. It's socially acceptable to marry between 18 and 25. But most women start marrying at 26. And after 30, once y'all hit 30, your eggs are in the dump. So y'all actually have a clock telling y'all what to do. By 27, if women haven't had children, their body starts telling them like, yo, bitch, when you gonna get me pregnant? For us men, it's not like that. I'm just going on a rant, you know what I'm saying? About to hit this pool up, which I really don't feel like doing right now. I haven't swam in like 2 weeks. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna do like 30, 40 minutes and then go to Muay Thai. And have a great day. You know what I'm saying? Cross path with whoever we need to cross path this day. And, be of service and have service provided to us by the various mechanisms of industry that we have created to this day, by the grace and glory of the Most High God, to be able to live this comfortable and, joyful, experience-filled life of ours. Poverty is a state of mind. Abundance is the true way of life. So if you find yourself still doing things of poor people, because you're not really truly living in abundance.